Hello, and welcome to Winning Minute with Dolores McKenzie. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about the infinite banking concept. And we have been hearing lots of people talk about this over 100-year-old concept and how can I use it to maximize my my gains, and how can I use it to enhance what I already do financially. So today we'll be talking a little bit about how uh, Canadian corporations, can use this concept to enhance what they're already doing. So first off, in order to um, to know if this is something right for you, we must do is you must establish if there's a need. Establish if there's a need um, for insurance in your company, and what is your affordability. Can you actually afford to have a policy? How can this help my company? How can this actually help my company? And of course, um, how what type of insurance will my company need? What type of insurance will my company need? So those are some of the things that we must establish first of all. And then we must determine the goals. What are the goals of the plan for my corporation? Do I want to expand my business? Do I want to build a personal pension plan for myself? You know, after I've put my heart and soul into this company, do I want to build a personal pension plan? And do I want to have liquidation of some assets so that I can use maybe a line of credit for expansion in my business, or to use for different things in my business instead of having to borrow money from the bank and pay them an interest. And of course, am I planning to expand the business? Do I want to open another location? Or do I want to buy real estate assets for the business as well? So those are some of the things that you have to make sure that you have your corporation goals intact. And of course, if that is something that you want to do. Okay, so now, what is infinite banking really? Infinite banking is a concept. It is a concept that can actually help you to reach the financial goals that you set out for yourself. What can it do? It can potentially help you to reduce taxes. It can also cover buy-sell agreement, or it can help you to liquidate cash from the corporation in a tax-preferred way. And of course, when it comes to the different types of insurance, you have to determine what is best for you. So I will be talking a little bit about using that, the types of products that you can use to to activate the infinite banking concept. So you have to know what it is you need from your corporation in terms of the goals. And also, if you're only planning to be around, do this business for another 5 or so years, the infinite banking concept may not be the best for you. So, you have to determine those as well in your plans. So normally when you have a business and you build up cash reserves, right, in your bank account, that's what's called retained earnings. And most times when you want to um, take out retained earnings from your corporation, there are huge tax implications. So how can we minimize those tax implications? And of course, how can the infinite banking concept really help? And it is in order to have the concept work, we use a dividend participating whole life product. And of course, we have to make sure that the corporation is the owner of that product. The corporation is also the payer. And of course, the corporation is the beneficiary. And then the insured can be any of the shareholders or directors of the corporation, and even the key person as well. So how can infinite banking really help? Say you have a corporation ABC, and you've created some revenue in the business, and you take out your expenses, and what you have left is your retained earnings or your surplus after your expenses are paid. So you now have that retained earnings, and you want to take some money out from the business. Normally, that taking that money out will incur some taxes, and it depends on how much you take, how much taxes, and that's personal taxes for you, the shareholder, when you take that money, because it will now become income for you, and you will have to pay tax based on your tax bracket. So if you have that retained earnings in the corporation, there's a way to intercept the flow of that money from the corporation by deflecting it into a whole life insurance plan. And this money now becomes a tax preferred asset for the company. So the proceeds can be added in a way that you can take the money out in different ways, as a loan to the company, and of course, if you're taking a loan, you're able to potentially able to write off the interest you pay on that loan. Or in case the person that's the shareholder or dies, that money will be deferred into a capital dividend account. And that is normally the proceeds of the policy minus the actual cost basis. And that is for another class anyway. And then that money in that capital dividend account is now can be distributed as a tax deferred asset. There's no tax on that. It can be distributed to the shareholders or back into the company in a tax preferred way. So this is a simple diagram that kind of shows you your corporation with your revenue minus your expenses. Now you have your retained assets, retained earnings, and instead of using it to invest in real estate, which are taxable assets, or another location, which is more taxable assets, you can put that money in a wealth plan, we call it, or a whole life plan. And in turn, that will create tax preferred asset for the company. And then some of that money can go back to the corporation and in terms or be diverted to buy more assets for the company in a tax preferred way. So, this is simply what you can do. One of the things you can do, just explaining a little bit of how, as a corporation, you can use the infinite banking concept to help you to grow your business. This concept has been around for over 100 years. And many, many people who you probably wouldn't be, know how they started their business, but was by using asset or liquid cash from this. It also helps to liquidate the cash that you have in your corporation as well. So thank you so much for allowing me to share with you today. For more information, you can contact me at this information. Feel free to drop me a line. Let me know if you've ever used the infinite banking concept and how it has worked for you. Also, you can put your questions below, and I'll do my best to answer. And it's great to connect with you. Have a blessed day, and I will be talking to you again soon.